All right, we're going to get right into it. Had a bit of a false start earlier. Having some issues with my microphone. Piece might have broken inside of it. I don't know how. But I was having trouble getting it to connect. All right. We're going to make a modern deck and see if we can get something we like. Let's do this. This is where I started testing or kind of thinking about how I wanted my setup to look going into the regional championship. I was thinking about the card Delney, Streetwise Lookout. I'll pull that up in a minute. I need my pop out. Where is she? There it is. All right. How do I get that out? Okay, that's not what I wanted. It is the only Streetwise Lookout. It's a 3-mana 2/2. It's white. Creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater, and if an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. So I was thinking about this because I think it's a really good engine and just kind of focus of a deck because I think it's really powerful. So I originally was thinking about it in a Bant shell, but I couldn't get it really looking how I was happy with it. I think Teferi's really good with what I'm trying to do here, which is like ephemerate stuff. But I just couldn't get it looking good enough. And I think Teferi might be kind of difficult to set up earlier on in the format right now. So, can I add one to the deck? No. Ugh, I hate this. Where's Temple Garden? Oh, I can't use those. Why does this program always feel so slow? Where are the ones I use? Forest. Only 2 of those. Plains. I think I'm going to run 2 colors through a league. Not certain. But I was looking at this as kind of a focus of a deck. And the idea of doing ephemerate things, Solitude, and Delney. Because I think Reprieve, Ephemerate, and Solitude are a pretty good spot to be right now. I think it's kind of like the reactive package you really want right now. Reprieve is good against all the Cascade decks. It's good against Amulet, I think, for at least a turn. Just kind of catches a lot of stuff, a lot of these 4-mana sorceries that people are trying to win with 4 or greater. And usually when Reprieve is bad, it's good to pitch it to Solitude. So this is like kind of the core, and obviously none of these work with Delney, but I didn't add the rest of the core, which is Eternal Witness. I've played a deck kind of like this before, and it was pretty good. We kind of, my friends and I that I was working on the deck with, we pretty easily won a year ago, or we both top 8'd very easily the event we took it to without really any kind of play. We're gonna do which ones? We're gonna do these ones, I think. Wait, where's the original? This is 5th Dawn, right? Yeah. The reason I wasn't focused on this deck more, kind of in the lead up to this week, was it seemed like a lot to set up and a pretty mana-intensive deck, which it was at the time, and I think the format is a lot more aggressive now, with Rhinos being as good as it is, Amulet being also as good as it is, and Scam and Yawgmoth kind of putting other pressures on the format. I think a lot of these things are still pretty good. So I might kind of switch back to this last minute. Cosmic Rebirth is a new card that we hadn't been able to try yet, but I kind of like the idea of it. Rebirth and Eladamri's Call. And Reprieve Eternal Witness with Ephemerate is also kind of like one of the things I liked about this was that it was almost like an Eternal command lock. It's definitely, you know, not exactly the same, but I think it's kind of like it. So I'm going to get us to the point where I kind of stopped working on it. And some of the things that I was kind of a lot more certain of, a lot more locked in on. I think Elishnorn is really good. I think some of these are just pretty good. Eldamri's Call targets. You don't have to run a bunch of them. They're not great to kind of flood out on. And one thing I liked about this deck was I think it was a really good... I think Battle of Bywater is very good. And I think this was a deck that was poised to kind of be the best one. The Wandering Emperor is just a card I like. I don't know if it's good, but I'm going to include it anyway because I'm kind of at that point in preparing for this RC. Can I use this? Yeah, I can. What other cards do I want? Force of Vigor. And then Foundation Breaker. So we're going to have 2 of these. And 2 Foundation Breaker. And what else? I think I'd like 1 more. And I was kind of into Collector Oof. One of the end games I wanted for the deck was Acidic Slime, which is very forgotten and pretty outclassed at this point, but it seemed kind of what I wanted. It's a 2/2. It has an ability that's kind of good towards the end game. And the reason I kind of started revisiting the deck, I have to put fetch lands in. Unsubbed Heath. It's Onslaught. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Then I'm going to do... another Lush Portico. So I'm going to have 2 of each dual. I think the Porticos are actually... I think the Surveil lanes are a lot better than I initially thought. And this deck doesn't do a ton in the early, and so a couple of these Surveil lanes just feel like free includes. So what else am I working with? Misty. I should finish the... oh, no, I don't have to. Okay. I'm going to do 1, 2, and then 2 Floated Strand. Or 3 Floated Strand. I need some number of fetches. Okay. And the reason I wanted to kind of... or that I was thinking about revisiting the idea is I want to try Werefox Bodyguard because it lets me scam a Solitude, but also Delney plus Bodyguard just eats 2 Rhino tokens, and that might be good. So we're at 21 lands, right where I want to be. I feel like I'm forgetting something. the walls and the haywire mite. So I kind of want a haywire mite so I can handle things like the, what's it called? The ring. But maybe I just kind of let the ring go game one and just slime them out. Or just reprieve it over and over again. I'm not sure. I think my sideboard's pretty complete. Not including a Veil of Summer, but I think I'll live. I was also considering a Revel Arc. And initially the reason I kind of moved off of this was the 2-drop slot was 8 walls, cantrip walls, Wall of Blossoms, and Wall of Omens. But in a format of Orcish Bowmasters, I was kind of a little less excited about that. I didn't think it was as good. I also was considering Nissa, Resurgent Animist, because Werefox Bodyguard is an elf, and Nissa finds elves and elementals. So this would give me 8 things to find, and that is a source of card advantage that does not draw a card. I'm mostly kind of interested in not triggering Orcish Bowmasters, but maybe I can just beat them anyway. So, because they are only 1/1s. So they die to a lot. Yeah, maybe I can just answer them. And I'm just kind of thinking too much about it. Then that kind of makes me more incentivized to go back to my previous plan, which was Arcades walls. If maybe I can just kind of suffer through it. Because then Delney makes the walls unblockable, or pseudo-unblockable. I'm very unsure. But then that requires, I think, going back to Teferi, and I think if Teferi is not good enough to make me want blue, then I'm not sure why I want blue at all. Because I think Arcades and Teferi are the biggest draws. And my mana looks so good like this. I don't have any other... I only have a couple dual lands, but then I can operate off a bunch of basics. Very difficult. Not sure. I think I just kind of gotta do something. I was also considering playing orcs myself. And that would require splashing a 3rd color, but then it's only for orcs, and then I have a couple more slots left. Lets my prismatic ending go a little higher. I'm kind of low on creatures at this point with this version of the deck. Let's try walls. See what happens. I think I'm just doing a quick league tonight for fun anyway. There's too many of these. I thought I could just find them both at the same time, but there's way too many. So we're going to do Wall of Omens. Where's the one I like? I don't know if it's on here. Wall of Blossoms. Stronghold. What's this one? Promo. I think this is going to be fine. Oh well. If it's not, it's not. I'm not necessarily married to this. I just kind of want to get through this pretty quick. So I'm not up all night. Growing Delney. I'm thinking maybe I just want to automatically be on 3. Yeah, I think I just want to be on 3 Delney. There we go. Alright, what do I cut then? An E-call? I can cut one of these. I think I can cut one of these. It was always good in my testing. Or when I used to play the deck. I think it might be too important to the end game and also just being an engine to have less than 3. I don't know if Werefox Bodyguard is good. I can always cut that if it overperforms. I can always add it back. Showcase challenge, not what I'm here for. League. What do I have? Show me things I only own. Tickets. I can do play points, I guess. I don't know what the rest of these things are. Okay. All right, let's look for a match. I wish I knew how to get my card pane back. Committing the cardinal sin of streaming as well by streaming while drinking milk. Yeah, I was having an issue with my microphone when I was trying to get started. I think there's a port on the bottom that must have gotten jostled or broken internally somehow, that it requires the cable being in a particular position to kind of like readjust the internals of the port, I think. It's really strange. I'm not really happy with it. I don't have to position the microphone any differently, but the cable itself is requires a little bit more specific positioning. So let me know if you hear any difference or if I need to adjust the volume or anything like that. I might just try to get it replaced. All right, finally. I've been waiting to play this card since it was previewed, basically. I was very high on this card to start with because I think it is the cheapest and a very exploitable Panharmonicon. I couldn't really get the deck to look how I wanted it to. I tried a couple different things, playing some blue cards like Aether Channeler that didn't always draw a card but could in the matchups where there wasn't a Bowmaster. Playing Bowmaster myself. This hand has some proactive stuff and some reactive stuff, honestly. I get to lead with the Portico and kind of go from there. They revealed Kahira, so I think they're four color, no halfling, or they could just be blue-white. This hand I think is kind of decent. It's a little slow. I'm gonna have to surveil land, I think. I'm gonna keep just because I'm not sure what I really want here yet. And I think this game's gonna go long. This might be a bad MTGO game because I'm really bad at my clock management still. Okay, so we're gonna play the Portico. We're going to surveil, ephemerate. Ugh, I don't want to put that in the garbage. But, so I think I'm going to leave it on top. Just because it's going to be pretty good to use with a wall in this matchup. Which is one of the nice things, because you're able to really proactively, with these 8 walls, play a wall out. And it's usually a pretty good target for ephemerate. So we're going to draw that ephemerate. I'm going to play this plains. I'm going to play my Wall of Blossoms. So I might need to pitch this. I'm not going to be pitching a green card here, I don't think. This just looks like blue-white. They're going to reprieve it. That is fine. So it looks like they're kind of thinking something similar to what I am, where reprieve is very good here. Xander's Lounge. Okay, so they have binding on. End step, upkeep. Okay. So I'm going to play Wall of Blossoms again. Doesn't look like they have anything for that. I'm going to play Iganjo, unfortunately, but that's fine because I don't think this is a matchup where Iganjo is going to be very live. They have an archive. Okay, so this is looking much more like blue-white. Put a prismatic ending in the graveyard. Okay. This is also a matchup I don't want to play because I feel like I'm very soft to a Teferi at this point, which is also why I was thinking about playing black for Bowmasters. Is number one, I think it's one of the better cards with Delney, and number two, it's just very it's very good at attacking a Teferi and fighting against a Teferi. So I think I'm gonna leave my mana up. I have 8 cards in hand. I can ephemerate, attempting to get on my wall. I think I'm going to do that. attempting to get a land. I have reprieve up, so I can reprieve. I'm gonna let that happen. They can exile the wall, and then I'm gonna reprieve my ephemerate. It's fine. Cool. And I got a Heath. So that's fine. They can exile the wall. I'm going to play the Heath here. I'm probably going to use it to go get a Portico. This is something I was a little afraid of, is like I'm very low on like kind of playing cards that matter. So I think I'm pretty poorly positioned against a deck like blue-white. Oddly, they're not playing anything like Teferi, though. I wonder why. And I accidentally messed up. I didn't go get the Portico. That's fine, because I do have a lot of things to do. So I'm not hurting for it. I can just go get a forest here. What do I want to do? I think I just want to go fetch. Just start drawing through the deck. I think my endgame against this deck is going to be... I'm going to play this wall. They're kind of just holding tight. I think they're waiting for me to do something a little more threatening. So they're going to subtlety that, and they're going to hardcast it. So what do I want to do about that? That's... I don't think I want to use the reprieve yet. So I think I'm just going to let that happen. Just going to play with my life a little bit. I think I'm just going to put this on the bottom. I think I need to hold up the reprieve. Yeah, that's something I'm very afraid of, is like I can't threaten it to Fairy very well. I really think I do want Bowmasters. Because here I can go Cosmic Rebirth, get a Heath at their end step. This is kind of going to negate this. I think they're going to play it to Fairy Days Undoing. I'm going to try and just use the cards I can here. Cosmic Rebirth, target my Heath. Binding. Okay. I think they're going to do this to store it. So this way they can bounce it with a Teferi. So we're going to shuffle everything. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, then it's my turn. Very foolish. Oh, they're going to do something in my upkeep, I guess? Okay. So we're going to play this Flooded Strand. So I can just Solitude the Subtlety, I guess. Start cutting them off on ways to do anything. I think I'll do that. I could do it now. Played my land. I think I'm just going to pass. I can do it in their upkeep, I guess. I think I'm going to wait for the end step, just take a little more damage. Because it looks like they're deliberately holding open Counterspell or Veto or something. Yeah, I think that's the one thing this deck wants, is a way to threaten Teferi Time Raveler, and I think I would be a lot more comfortable with it. Fortunately, I don't think the Teferi decks are super great right now. I'm not a big fan of creativity. Okay, so there's another land. Yeah, so I really think I just want Bowmasters, which is great because it also works with Delney. I think that card can probably turn the game around really quickly. So we're gonna just play Solitude here, I guess. Cast. Reprieve. I'll fetch. I'm gonna try and leave some basics in the deck. I'm gonna try and reprieve my Solitude. Yeah, I'll pay 2 life. Wait. Reprieve my Solitude. This denies them the card from reprieve. I think they just have more permission, though, in their hand. So they're going to reprieve, I don't know, something. I have no recourse, so... Right, so they reprieved their reprieve? Okay. What's that? Alright, so we're going to play Misty Rainforest. I think I should have a Yavimaya in this deck, because I think I'm going to end up with a lot of fetches with nothing to do with them, and I really want to keep just putting mana and lands into play. So what do I want to do here? Just Solitude the Subtlety again. I think so. Just jam it. Reprieve again. Oh, because I reprieved that reprieve, that's fine. That's fine. Kind of even on cards. I think I'm going to Solitude, Exile, a call from my hand. I'm going to put this on the stack first. Then I'm going to do this, target that. Let that happen. I'm going to fetch here. Get my forest. I'm going to try and use the bodyguard to save my Solitude. It's strange because I feel like I should like spew cards and resources just to take game actions, because if they're gonna just a day's undoing everything back. Another thing I was thinking about on the way home was this card is also an elf, which goes with the elementals and Nissa Resurgent Animist. Okay, we're gonna exile it. Then it's gonna sacrifice. Okay. And that's gonna be the turn. Next turn I'm just gonna try and run through cards in my deck by playing Wall. Teferi, okay, so there's that Teferi I was worried about. But now this is like kind of an awkward spot for them, because if they bounce this, my Solitude's just going to re-enter play. No targets. Are we going to just Solitude my Solitude? One ring. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this is like the type of deck that I was kind of nervous about. And I think Bowmaster is a pretty big fixer for that. Okay, so I think I'm just going to attack. Detect Fairy. I think I'm just going to get pitch casted Solitude against me. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So post, now that we got a Solitude out of their hand and they're pretty tapped out, I'm going to play a Delney. Then I'm going to... No. Call for Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness. Get back. Call. Get back. I think Heath. We're going to just put those. Yeah, we're going to put that in my hand. Put that in my hand. Play Heath. Now hopefully I can threaten the Teferi next turn. Yeah, this is just solidifying the fact that I really want Bowmaster. But fortunately, I think that is an easy switch. Is that I think the walls... I think I can cut the green walls. Play Bowmaster. Cut the green walls. Play Bowmaster. And then I can make the Linvala into the black and white Linvala, like I was going to do. So that might be good. And I would need to change the mana base a little bit. Add some of the black duels. I don't know if I would just play Lush Portico or if I would play two. Play the black-white one too. But... Alright, cast with 3 colors. X is 2. That's fine. That's also why I'm playing 3. Alright, so there's a Solitude on the Eternal Witness. They're still pretty high on cards. I think there's going to come a point where it's going to be better for me clockwise to just concede. We're at the end stuff. I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to get a Portico. Ephemerate, pretty bad here. Also not having a third color to beat the Teferi is real tough. Draw. Bodyguard. What are we going to do here? I can call for a Slime. Blow up Binding. How do I kill a Solitude? I guess I can just call for a Solitude. Just keep this going. Probably should have played something else first. Let's go to Solitude. A regular cast. I guess they have Subtlety. got one more mana source. Oh, he's gonna get me with the Days Undoing. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get hit with Days Undoing here. No, I get a main phase. Okay. So I got Wraths, but I got a main phase. Why? What do I do here? Just Rebirth for a wall, maybe? I don't think it's getting better. I think I just got to start taking actions. Oh yeah, we're going to put on the battlefield. Draw a card. Planes. So now this doesn't find anything, I think. Yeah, because this is all my fetchables, which is fine. I'll just leave it. I'm actually going to leave it, not play the planes, in hopes that if I get Days Undoing, I can turn this on. So... Yield? It's definitely not a good game one for the league. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish the league tonight. I'm going to have to wait until I get back from Denver. I don't know if I'm going to have time tomorrow night. I might just take it easy and do something else. What are we doing? Solitude, that's fine. Yeah, it seems like they're lining up. All their stuff is lining up really well. I think I'm going to get dazed here. Only because they put the stop. Oh no. I think I'm just going to concede. I don't think I can get out of this. Not without a third color. Okay, so what do I want here? I don't think I want Emperors. Breakers seem kind of nice, or at least one. And maybe I just do want the Emperors because I want another flash threat. I think Elvish Norn might actually be pretty good here. If I can play Elvish Norn with Ephemerate back up, I think I'm in a pretty good spot. So what do I not want? I don't really want the Endurance, even though the flash creatures might be good. Maybe I don't want Emperor. What can I cut? The bodyguards I think are fine. Just another flash threat. The endings don't hit anything. So I definitely don't want those. I think Elshnorn for sure. One breaker or two. And just 3 endurances so I can attack. Emperor seems kind of nice. I like just the fact that it just makes 2/2s to threatened fairy. It's really good against fairy because you cast it and you don't have to activate it right away, so you can always have a creature to start attacking with. 2 breaker or 1 breaker. Just trim on some walls. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. Yeah, I'm gonna go first. They did not reveal Kahira. Unless we're not at that point in the game yet. I think I have to say I'm going first and then they do their thing. I think I'm just going to lose based on clock and the fact that I can't close very quickly. Okay. Land, ephemerate. I don't think this is great. I will mulligan. This is also not great, but I'm going to keep it. I'm going to put the portico on the bottom. I'm going to try and play a little faster. Play strand. I'm going to use this to get a portico. We're going to get a portico. I'm going to put this graveyard. Okay, bodyguard. My hand's really bad. I don't have anything else to do, so I think I'm just going to keep doing that. So I'm going to try and just go as fast as I can. Endurance. I'll leave that on top. Because I can just cast that. And start pressuring. Keep. Draw. Play planes. Guess this. Reprieve, that's fine. Okay, Eternal Witness. I'm going to... I guess play this tapped. So I guess we're just going to keep going like this. Done. Binding, that's fine. I think taking an action there might have been incorrect. Because they didn't have to discard. They got to actually use their stuff. Okay, call. What can I call for? I guess Elishnorn. Yeah. So we're going to play Eternal Witness. I'm going to get back a Heath. I don't really want to... Oh, wow. Okay. That is fine, because I'm just going to play Viseju. I'll put it on top so I get to draw it again, I guess. And I'm going to play a land. So now I get to decide if I want to... do I just get it now? I'll draw it again. Yeah, I'm going to draw it again. And I can it again. That's fine, I guess. So what are they going to do? Slam Teferi here? Green, white, call. I don't actually have a good plan for anything going on here right now. I think I'll get slime. So I can slime the binding and have two creatures. If they bounce the binding, I just get to kill it. Breaker is pretty good. Breaker does the same thing, except I get to hold slime and not expose it. So if I rebirth, get back Ewit, get back Heath, play Heath, I can Breaker, shatter the binding. Rebirth, get back Ewit. Yep. Get back Heath. Yeah, I'm going to time out. Now I can evoke. Maybe it's correct just to evoke and save it with the bodyguard. Oh no, I couldn't because the fairy's in play. Yes, destroy it. Not going to target anyone with that. Okay. I'm going to attack the fairy. Right. So now I'm going to attempt to cast slime. Okay, yeah, they definitely were ready for this. Subtlety. It's fine. Put them on top. And then while they're tapped out, I think I'm just going to ephemerate Eternal Witness. And I'm going to get back Rebirth. Norset. Okay. Yeah, this deck is just way too slow for me to play online. Someone else probably could. Not me. Ephemerate my Eternal Witness off the rebound. Binding. Okay. will bodyguard, I guess. Protect my witness. Draw my slime. Combat. Technarset. Get the surveil. No, headquarters. Days Undoing, so I'm gonna get dazed. Solitude. Okay, so we're gonna. Okay, what are we doing with that? Endurance. I can save it. I think I'm supposed to save it. Okay. Get back ephemerate. Ah, what's on my neck? He's a ladybug. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm in the red. I don't think I'm winning this one. Days is fine. Shuffle. I get one card. Rebound. Cast it. Yes. Yes. Where's my thing? Okay. We're going to Eternal Witness. I'm gonna. Yep. Pick that up. Reprieve. Combat. Technarset. Okay, so it doesn't seem like I'm completely cold to that. Which is kind of a good thing, I think. Damage. Wall. Scalding. I'll reprieve my wall. I think I just hold everything up. I don't have to play the wall yet. Start attacking for 5. They're at 12. Getting one game, I think, is going to be pretty good for me. Even if I time out. Wall. Draw a card off the wall. Another endurance. Kahira, that is. I don't want to reprieve that. Yeah, that's fine. This one. just trying to get the game over with. I'm definitely not playing the best, though. Find Daze. Daze me again. Lorian. Okay. Okay, go to sideboard. I don't think I really do too much different. I don't even think I want Breaker. I think it's just like same 60. Try to win in 2 minutes. Well, that sounds fine. Let's put this. Nope. Got white land. Let's play wall. Looks like they're on no counter spell. Ooh, gemstone. That's cool. I'm down for that. I should probably just concede to that. Don't waste any time, because I don't think I can do anything against that, especially this far behind. Play this wall. I wonder if I should have just jammed Delney there, honestly. Ooh. Okay. Lounge. Yeah, these are just like not aggressive enough. I'm so cold to its fairy. Can I find a land off the wall? Oh, I can't because there's an Narset. I'll concede to that. There we go. Okay. Let's try another one. I didn't really consider how long these games were. This might be the last round for the night. I'm kind of trying to prepare myself to enjoy a bit of a day off tomorrow before I have to start traveling, and I want to pack some clothes tonight. So I'm not trying to get sucked into playing MTGO too much. So I've been between, for my final consideration of decks, outside of thinking about this for a little bit, I am kind of between Rhinos and Domain Zoo. So it's difficult because I like Domain Zoo, but I feel like there's a handful of things in the format that are really difficult to beat. And you feel a little bit more at the mercy of your draws. Rhinos just has so many powerful cards, and I think has such a good plan for every matchup. But we're gonna mulligan this. This looks fine. I get to lead on a Portico and then hold up Reprieve. So I'm gonna keep. We're gonna put this on the bottom. Did I win? I did not win the die roll. So cut a Temple Garden, cut a Portico, play one of each shock. Oh, this might be Rhinos. Oh, Preordained, no. Murktide. Which I think is also going to be really long, and I don't think I'm going to play fast enough to win. It's a shame I could play this so much faster in paper, but, you know, we're not there. Got my turn. I think I'm just going to lead on this. headset keeps turning off. I don't really know why. It must be because there's no sound coming through. I'm not listening to anything. Because I turned off the game volume because I think people said it was too loud. All right, they're probably trying to figure out what's going on with the portico. Endurance. I'm going to leave this on top because if this is Murktide, I think it's going to be good there. I'm just going to yield. Yeah, I think they're trying to figure out what's going on with just a portico. Because it has... it's not anything. It's not a mountain, so there's no creativity going on. It's not a typical land for like 4-color or Murktide or Rhinos, so there's nothing really able to be known from that. It's not black-green, so it's not Yawgmoth, you know. Misty Rainforest. So go to my turn, draw my... what's his face? I think, what am I going to do here? I'm going to hold the Heath. I'm going to play... no, I'm going to play the Heath in case, I don't know, I get randomly Blood Mooned. So I'm probably just going to get a basic Plains off this. Ooh. So maybe it's blue-white again. Ooh, they're doing something kind of similar to me. Ephemerate stuff. Oh, this might be the coat. This might be Stoneblade. Okay, so we're just going to fetch a tap Temple Garden here, I think. Ooh, am I getting stifled? Oof, rough. Okay. That reminds me, I do want to get a set of Cryptic Coats. Because I think it's cool. Also, apparently it's fine. It's, like, pretty good. We're going to play Forest. So I get to hold up Reprieve, and I get to Solitude, potentially. Combat, I'll take 3. Yep, there's the coat. So we're just going to reprieve this. Blossoms, okay. I'll just fetch now. I don't really want to get caught again. There's no point. Looks like they're stuck on lands. I'm going to take another 3 from this Tidebinder. I don't think I'm going to do anything. Just in case they play Teferi. Be real tough for me. Preordain, that is fine. We're both pretty high on cards. Then again, they haven't really done much. Also, they're doing Ephemerate, Tidebinder, making their own Stifle, which is something that I thought was pretty cool. I wanted to do that as well when I was on Bant still. I wanted to play some number of Tidebinder. Alright, well, I'm going to reprieve this again. Because I need to draw on the lands at this point. Call is pretty fine. Ending. I think Coat is a 3. So what am I going to do here? I can invoke Solitude, hide it with Werefox. I can play Wall. Yeah, missing on these 3-drops is really tough. Play a Wall of Blossoms. Draw a card. Land, please. Okay. Not fantastic. It looks like I might have to exile an ending to get rid of the Tidebinder at some point. So far, this card doesn't seem very impressive, I think, in the games that I've played, but I really like the idea of it still. What are we going to do? 2 mana Stoneforge? Did we find one? Prismatic, that's fine. I think Aspiring Spike was playing this deck earlier, and it sounds really cool. I really like a lot of the decks he builds. Ooh, Steamette, so there's a third color. Probably for ending. Alright, so here's the coat. I'm trying to not fall for the ward. So there's a Temple Garden. So what can I do? Coat is a 3 mana card. I can Sawtooth the Binder, hide it with the Werefox. Can't be blocked. So the 3/2 can't be blocked. It's just a really good clock. Comes in at instant speed. This deck looks pretty attractive. I think it's just pretty cool. What do I want to do? I could exile the ward? Then they just equip. Oh, it doesn't have its own equip cost, right? I don't see one. Oh, that's it. Okay. This seems like it might be good in Hammer then, because Paladin gives it an equip ability, equip 0. That seems like something that I think that might be good, actually. And I already thought that Delney might be good in Hammer because there's so many things that trigger off of it. Okay, anyway. I think I need to... I'm going to be playing this. I want to get the thing. Hold up Reprieve, hold up Call. I'm at 9, though. That's not a lot. I think I will Solitude, Pitch, Prismatic. Put this on the stack first. Put this, target this. And we're going to let that resolve. They probably think I'm going to try and Ephemerate and just take both of their creatures. But not yet. Bodyguard. So the bodyguards, I think they're actually pretty good in what I'm doing here. I think the format is just a little too fast and presents too many threats too early to kind of have this strategy be really good. Ooh, they're evoking. That's fine. Do I put bodyguard top or bottom? I think I'll put it on the bottom because I gotta draw. I think I have to draw a land. This is a really fast clock, though. I'm at 9, 3 unblockable. Yep, so we're going to sacrifice the Solitude. I'm going to play my last land. I want to pay life, no. Oh, I didn't realize that was... Okay, there we go. Take 3. Then what? Stoneforge. Go get what? Caldra? Or another coat? Yeah, Caldra. Wall. Okay. So I need to kill this, but I'm also being clocked by a cloak. I'll play wall. Ephemerate. Okay, so I can just Caldra plus a couple other nothings. I think I'm going to exile a white card, exile call, and I'm just gonna ephemerate the mystic. Counter spell. Save Caldra plus mystery. If this is a spell pierce, which it easily could be, I'm in trouble. Reprieve the counterspell, I guess. Easily could be a spell pierce. So I know they have counterspell, Caldra. I drew a wall. We're just going to be solituding the Stoneforge here. I probably could have let them put the Caldra into play, but that just seems like a problem that I don't want to deal with. I get to use the Ephemerate on the wall. Yeah, it's kind of a problem that I don't have a main deck naturalize like a creature. There's a couple different options, but I don't really like a ton of them. I think Haywire Might is the one I want the most. What are my good draws here? Cosmic Intervention I think is good. Another Stoneforge. Kind of an issue. So it's just going to get another coat. Unless it's just does not use. So is their hand Counterspell Caldra Coat. There's a land. I'm at 3. 3 is the same as 0. Or 2 is the same as 0 at this point. So I have to kill the cloak. Or I have to kill the coat maybe, because then I can block the cloak. Oh, the cloak might be the coat. It might be a face down coat. Oh, and they don't want to put it down because 2 mana returns it to its hand. Okay, okay. So what do I want to do here? Draw a card with Ephemerate? Because it's the cheapest? Just do this. Okay. Draw. Rebirth. I know they have a counter spell. Can't really induce them to do that. I think I just have to give them the opportunity to mess up. Target a Heath. I think they're just going to counterspell this. wonder if it would have been better for me to reprieve my solitude and counter the counterspell that way. I will go to the next one. Okay, let's sideboard. So I think we're going to bring in breakers. And I think I want to bring in... That might be it. Maybe battles. Might just be the neutralizes. Elshnorn, I think. And I think I'm going to cut. Endurance doesn't seem great here. Go a little lower on the walls. The walls, unfortunately, seem like the worst part of the deck, which is kind of what I thought might happen because they just don't line up as well anymore. My friend's playing mini motorways. Okay. Would you like to play first? Yes. What do we got? This looks good. I'll keep... It looks as good as it can be. I think I'm going to use Misty Rainforest to find a Portico and try and find a third land. I'm on the play, so I get to tap out for a wall on turn 2, and then going into their turn 3, I get to hold up reprieve so I don't die to a... What's it called? It's fairy. It's Preordain. So I think I'm going to be going with Rhinos for this weekend. I'll be sleeving that up. I'm going to put that on top. Got to pull all the cards for it. And do I want to let them have a Stoneforge Mystic? I think that's fine. Put something on the table. So I can draw a Prismatic Ending or E-Call for Solitude. Cool. Ooh, Cryptic Coat kind of lines up like bad against Tidebinder. I don't really like that. Yeah, I think I just have to play Rhinos. That's really disappointing. Cryptic Coat, I think in blue-white hammer might be really interesting, though. It's this nice threat with living weapon. Evasion. Put a hammer on that. Yeah, I think that's going to be like a real thing. Got to be ready for that this weekend. Okay, so I think I'm just going to play this Plains. I'm just going to keep playing a land every turn now. Preordain, that is fine. Not really looking to fight over that. If they do nothing this turn, I think I'm just going to Rebirth to ramp. And then I might slam the Acidic Slime if I'm being completely honest. Rebuy Misty Rainforest. Yeah, I think the thing is I need early pressure on the board, and these walls just don't do it anymore. They might have a lot of 3s in their hand. What are we going to get? I have enough action, so I'm going to leave the Portico in my deck. Just go to my turn. Alright, play the Flooded Strand. I think they're holding up counter spells, so I'm not really feeling the slime anymore. I can just kind of hang tight, though. I can always ephemerate the wall just to try and get a couple cards. Hold up Reprieve the entire time. Hold up Eldamri's Call the entire time. I think I'm going to call for an Eternal Witness. What are we doing? Dress down. So this is at my end step. I think I will ephemerate here to get a card. They might just force a negation the ephemerate. Okay, get an Iganjo. We can dress down. I don't know what they're going to do with it. They might just be trying to prevent me from doing some ephemerate stuff on their turn. Because I don't think they have a big thing they can play that is benefited by having a dress down on the table. Strand. Because the dress down will be off the table by the time we get to my turn. Yeah, we can sacrifice the dress down. And then... Ooh, I should have fetched while the dress down was still in play, so the Tidebinder didn't have abilities, but I'm not really married to this line. It's fine. Rebound. We're going to cast this on a creature I control. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to draw for my turn. I'm just going to put a forest in play. I didn't really feel good tapping out at the end of the turn for the call that time. I think this time I might do it. It's kind of nice to get to do it at my leisure. We're going to fetch. We're both at a lot of cards. It's just a shame these walls are just so unthreatening. Stoneforge Mystic. I can... I know they have Subtlety. And reprieve it, make them pitch. Yeah. I'll let them find something. If they find Kaldra, I'll deal with the Mystic. Cryptic Coat. Oh, they also have Ephemerate in their deck, though. Fetch. Get. Garden. No. No. Please give me priority. I want to cast a spell. Call. They probably know I have reprieve because I waited on the Mystic on the stack so long. They also have 8 cards in their hand. I'm going to get Witness. Play my land. I'm gonna go this, witness. Get an ephemerate. Scalding. So I definitely think they have reprieve, witness. And they discarded a mystic to hand size. Second wall. Oh, probably shouldn't have did that. No, they're just gonna ephemerate it anyway. So I'm gonna wait for them to commit something. I also have Solitude, so I'm not like feeling very behind. They might be able to activate, hold priority, ephemerate their mystic to go get a Caltro put into play, attack for 5. Use the cryptic code as a blue card to pitch to like a subtlety. Alright, so they're just going the coat, which is kind of nice because it gives me Foundation Breaker target. It's 2 mana to bounce, so I can lead with Witness, pick up, Ephemerate, my goal. Because then I can Breaker the coat. Okay, and yeah, go to my turn. Green mana. Play Heath, fetch. They're holding up in two Hallowed Fountains very conspicuously. So we're just going to lead with Witness. Okay, I thought they might do that. It's fine because I'm just going to put it on top. Yep, Witness on top, that's fine. Sacrifice it. Oh, they're going to ephemerate it? Okay. So that's fine. Wonder if they have anything cool to cloak. I wonder if they have a second ephemerate. All right, so I'm glad I let the subtlety resolve completely before trying to play the Solitude. I didn't think about that, but I'm really glad I waited. So just tag the Mystic while I have the chance. Because I don't want them to do ephemerate stuff with that. Because otherwise that could be bad for me. Now I have my guy in play. I'll draw what's his face next turn. Ooh, yeah, I want to see what this if they ephemerate the cloak. Because if this turns into something huge, that's going to be so cool. No, they left it in exile. I'm down on clock as well, which really is bad for me. Okay, no blocks, can't block. One flies, one cannot be blocked. I have only creatures on the ground. I get to attack back for 3 though. Unless they do something. Here's a Stone Forge. See what they get. Coat. Second coat. Alright, Alright, so there's my Eternal Witness again. Play you. Counter spell. Okay. It's unfortunate. Attack. So I know they have a coat in their hand. Their coat is unprotected. Do I start sliming them? Or do I shatter the coat? I think slime is a little aggressive. I think I'm supposed to breaker the coat and buy myself a couple turns that way. I think the regular cast. If they pitch cast subtlety here, I also can follow up with another breaker. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Destroy that. Now we can block the cloak. Activate, probably put a Caldra in play. I'm always assuming that because it's the worst case scenario. Okay, so there's a coat. Very cool. Still cool. Okay. Need some water. Combat. Maybe they'll attack with a cloak. I don't think they're going to, though. They seem sharp. Take 3. Yep. Go to my turn. Holding up 2 mana again. I'm kind of inclined to attack with Solitude Breaker first. See what happens. I think they might trade off tokens, though, and just kind of cruise to the end on the Subtlety. Just throw the cloak in front of the Solitude. Ooh, Ephemerate on the creature. What is this going to be? This is actually pretty cool. Yeah, sure. Oh, that's so cool. Every now and then, it's just going to be crazy. So, and they're going to trade off there. I wonder what this one is. Misty, okay. So what do I want to do here? Breaker the coat, I think, is what I'm going to end up doing. Hold the reprieve. Wow. So that's their last card. I can just reprieve the subtlety to their hand. Normally I would hit the breaker, but they can't. Yeah, it's decent. But then I don't get the body. Yeah, so I'm going to do this. Shatter the coat. They're going to get to Ephemerate, target Stoneforge for another card, or Solitude to hit the breaker. Okay, so they want another card. Interesting. So it looks like they want to go get Caldra, so this way they can continue, like, clocking. Yeah. I think it's good that they're not, like, I have a lot of removal, or a decent amount of removal That's what I would assume if I was them as well. So I like the fact that they're just not going for that, the Caldra immediately. Okay. I know they have a Subtlety, a Caldra, and a Mystery card in their hand. Elshnorn. Alright, well, this is good against the Caldra. As long as they don't counterspell me. It's pretty good against, I think, everything they're doing, or most, at least most. Card is still really powerful. I think they're gonna, I don't know, time me out. Okay, sub. Pitch Stern Scolding. So if I reprieve the sub, they just hardcast it. So I can reprieve my Elish to kind of deny them a little bit. I don't think that's like a permanent solution, but it's decent. Because I knew the last card, so I know this is pretty safe. There's a Delney. Unfortunately, Caldra's indestructible. Next sense. Because I'm not doing anything else. Ooh, no. No. Wait, attack. Okay. There we go. So they're gonna stick Caldra. Okay. I am going to play. I don't know. I've got a lot of draws. They're going to attack for 11. I get to block. You definitely just attack like that. Okay. Go to blocks. Definitely this. I don't think I want to throw this under there yet. I get to keep a wall. Maybe I do just conserve some life total so I have a little more to play with later. I'm not like enthused, but so I can draw exile effect. Seiju's not gonna do it. So what do I do here? Delney, kill 2 lands? I think that might be it. Might be Elishnorn to keep them from solituding me on the following turn. Slime. Double slime. Leave some blockers. Hit both of these. At 9. Can block here. Block here, block here. Don't block, or block. I get to attack with Breaker, I think. I think if I get Solituded here, I'm in trouble. So maybe it was correct to play Elish. Take 8. I'll go to 1. If you attack like that, I'm going to throw the wall under the Caldra, I think. Did I play a land last turn? I think so. No. I didn't. I should have. Okay, so I think I'm supposed to do this. Give me some more life to work with. Ugh, this seems like an awful set of circumstances for me. I don't know if blocking with the slime is correct. Maybe I should have switched them the other way. Or just went to 1. I think going to 1 might have been correct. Instead of trading off like this. But I think getting rid of the solitude lets me pretend I can race. Alright, so they're on a land. Just gotta draw a spell. Alright, that's not it. How frustrating. Okay. Gonna stop there for the night. Not really enjoying it. I might just end this league and do something else for the next one. But thank you for hanging. Sorry for the false start. Had to delete the previous stream, but I was having those mic issues, but hopefully they're all solved now. So thanks for watching. I will catch you later. Hopefully by then I'll have figured out what I'm playing in Denver and be fairly stress-free. So with that, good night.